Hey y'all, this is Jerry with Heart and Hand Creations. I am here today. I'm going to be sharing a small Dollar Tree haul where I was going to find some craft organization solutions and found a couple of things that I think I can use at a vendor market that I'm going to be setting up in November. And as you may have seen, I'm going to kind of take you along the journey with me, so that you see how I prepare, some of the things that I'm making, sort of a craft with me. And then at the end of the series, I will share kind of how we did, how we set up, just kind of the final comments and how well things sold, how well I did at the market. There's not a vendor in that market that I've seen in the past that does quite what I do. So it'll be interesting to see. So I want you to come along on the journey with me. What I'm going to do is switch to my overhead camera now and show you the haul and what I'm thinking about, how I'm going to use these items. So stay tuned. Okay, so here's what I got from the Dollar Tree. And like I say, it's going to be small. But I am going to be buying some larger items along the way with the displays and things I'm going to need on the table. So I'll show you what I find there and where I bought them and how much I paid, that kind of thing. So I went ahead and pulled some of these out of their reflective packaging. I didn't want to blind you while you're watching this reel. So the first thing that I found that I thought I could use was this edge die, and notice it has 3 different dies that I thought I could use. And what I do is I keep them attached. You can see here they have little connectors, and a lot of people will take those and separate them out so that they can cut the die on different color papers. Well, what I'm going to be doing is making some greeting cards, and I'm going to make 10 of each one. So I want to be able to cut out multiples, and I can cut out different colors. But what I'll do is keep them attached, and then when I'm using one color, I will cut 3 out of that color at a time. I can cut 3 at a time if I keep them connected like this. And I can then vary my cards a little bit with each one of my dies. So maybe it's going to be November, so it's going to be a holiday market. So what I'll do is I may cut some that are red and some that are green, and that way I can just have some variety in my cards. So I will keep these like this, but I thought those could potentially, if they cut well, and I have used a Dollar Tree edge die before and it worked pretty well. So what I'll do is I will let you know how this one works. I also found, I had not seen these before, but I have to admit I hadn't been to the Dollar Tree in probably a month or so. But here I found some of these, a set of clear stamps, and you can see that they're smaller little stamps, but I don't know if you can see the detail on them, but they have a little edge that makes it look like little postage stamps. And I've been seeing these online with people that I follow, and I thought they were really cute. Some of these I may not use, like here is a bustier, a brassiere or something, a bra. And then there is a shoe here and a dress. I may not actually use those in any way. I'm just not sure. But I thought that some of the floral, there's a feather, here's some lace, some of those things I could use. And also there for the travel journals I could use these Eiffel Towers in a way. So I thought that I could use these, and I'll let you know if they stamp well. So you can see those there. I'm always concerned, or have been really concerned, about the way I'm going to put the prices on my products. I've been thinking that I would put individual tags of the price on each item, but I'm not sure how to attach them to paper crafting items so that it doesn't damage the paper. So I found these 4 chalkboards. I found they're multiple, but I went ahead and got 4. And you can see here, they're a good size. They were $1.25, and you can see the price here. $1.25 each. And you can write on the front or back. Now I have some easels, small easels that I can stand these in on the tables. I'm going to have 2 either 4 or 6 foot tables with display shelving on the tables to raise the items up to eye level. I understand that's supposed to be best for getting people to look and shop and buy. But I thought I could put the chalk information on here and display the items' prices on the tables in front of the item themselves. So what I would like for you to do is to kind of help me out with that. If you've been at a vendor market and saw something, or maybe was a vendor at a market and saw how the prices are displayed on items, I would like for you to tell me some good ideas that you have about that, what you've seen or what you think about that. Drop me a comment below and tell me what your good ideas are. And what I'll do is next week, when I put up my next series on this vendor market series, I will let you know the comments that I really enjoyed and will probably use in my vendor market. So, because I know y'all have got some good ideas. I'm just not finding something in my brain that works. So I got these 4 chalkboards for now. And then I bought 2 paper packs, and you can see the colors are displayed here. These are 12 by 12. And you can see that we've got 1 of each of these colors in a pack. So there are 5 colors. And whoops, there's a pink. This is kind of a mint, black, cream. And this looks like a gray, although it tends to go toward the purple. So it's a purple color. Let's see if they have they do not have the name of the colors on the packaging. So I opened one. This was $1.25, and this is just art that they have on their packaging to show an example. So let me show you I'm going to tell you how they feel. So here are our colors. I use 65 pound for photo mats and making scrapbooks and embellishments for cards. For my card bases, I usually use about 100 to 110 pounds. So I feel like this is closer to the 65 pound paper. I think this would be excellent for making embellishments, cutting my dies out on this paper to put on the front of the heavier cardstock card base. I think photo mats, this would be great for photo mats. It's stiff enough for that, to just have a photo on here and then have this edge on it. And these colors are colors, I really like these colors because these are colors that I use routinely and have in my stash. I don't know if this is quite 65 pounds, but it's very close. So I'm kind of pleased with this paper. It has a smooth finish. And so I will let you know kind of how it cuts. I'll put it in my trimmer to make photo mats, and then I'll use it with dies, and I will tell you how this paper cuts, if it gives us a smooth cut. So that was my haul. I told you it was small. So I got 2 of the paper packs that have 5 sheets. So I got 10 sheets for $2.50. I got 4 chalkboards here for writing displaying on my tables and writing prices on, unless together we can come up with a better idea. I've got the clear stamp set that looks like little postage stamps that I'm going to use. I'll show you how I use this in a creative way. And if you have some ideas, you let me know too about that. And then I got the edge dies that I can use. And I will tell you how these cut. What also, I will use this on some of my good paper and some on the Dollar Tree paper and see how they compare. Okay, and so that's my haul for today. I want to thank you for joining me, and be sure and subscribe so that you'll continue to see the information and the follow along my journey for the vendor market series. And if you're interested at all in my Etsy shop, I'll put the link in the caption below. So with that, I say goodbye and thank you again.